All right. Welcome back to the channel, my beautiful people. If you're new here, buckle up because we're about to drop some truth bombs that your broke friends won't, and your rich friends probably won't either, because they're too busy counting their stacks. Look, everyone asks me, dude, what is your secret to making money? Like, what is the magic sauce? And I tell them straight up, the real secret isn't about what you buy. It is about what you absolutely, positively, 100% do not buy, especially in your 20s. This is where the rubber meets the road, where you decide if you're going to build an empire or just speedrun poverty. No cap, I'm telling you, if you want to stay broke, if you want to be stuck in the rat race forever, then by all means ignore everything I'm about to say. Go ahead, do all 7 of these things. In fact, do them twice. See how that works out for you. But if you're ready to break free, if you're ready to actually build some serious wealth, then listen up. Because this isn't just theory. This is real talk from someone who has been there, done that, and seen enough financial train wrecks to last a lifetime. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't been stupid with my money in the traditional sense. Like, I haven't blown a fortune on some elaborate scam, but have I spent money on dumb things? Absolutely, 100%. And the instant regret, oh my god, the regret is real, like a punch to the gut. So consider this your friendly neighborhood financial intervention, a reminder to take your money seriously, because if you don't, trust me, nobody else will. So let's not waste any more time, because time, my friends, is literally money, and we're not about that wasting life energy here. The first, and arguably the worst thing you can do in your 20s, the absolute financial black hole, is gambling. Yeah, I said it, gambling. I don't care if it is the latest crypto casino, the hottest sports betting app, or even those shady prediction markets. I've seen it all, and it is all a trap. A meticulously designed system to extract every single penny from your pockets. Seriously, you have no idea how many gambling companies have tried to throw bags of money at me, trying to get me to promote their garbage on my other channels. It is insane, because they know exactly who they're targeting, they know the demographic, the desperation, the dreams of an overnight fortune, and it preys on that, it thrives on that look. I'm not saying you can't go to Vegas once in a blue moon, hit the slots with your buddies, have a laugh, lose a few bucks, whatever, that is entertainment. That is a controlled expense. But if you're gambling on a monthly basis, if you're constantly chasing that high, buying lottery tickets every week, betting on every single game, then my friend, something is fundamentally broken. You're not just wishful thinking, you're delusional, swimming in a dimension of pure fantasy. And I can't believe I even have to say this out loud. But when I looked into the biggest money problems for people in their 20s, guess what was at the top of the list? Yep, gambling. It is a silent epidemic, especially among young men. I've never personally struggled with it, thank God, but I've seen it up close, a very close family member, and it is ugly, it is devastating, it destroys lives. You cannot, I repeat, cannot, make enough money to just blow on gambling. It is a losing game, always. The house always wins. Remember that, stay far, far away from it, please. Your future self will thank you profusely. Number 2 on our list of wealth destroyers, and this one hits hard for a lot of people, is new or even semi-new cars. Oh my God. Cars these days are priced like they're made of solid gold. It is absolutely insane. I've talked about this before, but my car, the one I'm driving right now, I bought it in 2018, it is a 2009 model, and I paid 10,000 Canadian dollars for it. Flat, that is almost 10 years ago. And guess what? It still runs like a dream now. I've put a couple thousand into maintenance over the years, obviously, but it is an awesome car. It is fun to drive. It is a perfect entry-level sports car for enthusiasts. But even if you're not a car guy, get a Toyota Camry, get a Honda Accord, get something reliable, something that has already taken that initial depreciation hit. You don't need to spend $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 looking rich. Why not actually be rich and actually build wealth, instead of just trying to flex? We'll talk more about that flex culture in a bit. But seriously, the number one mistake people make is getting into these horrible car notes. You're stuck with this thing, like a financial chain around your neck, for 35, even 7 years. It is the dumbest thing you can do, buying a depreciating asset for what? Just to get from point A to point B. Unless you're a true car collector. Even then, I'd recommend getting a classic Porsche, an old 911, a Gen 2 R8, a Gen 1 R8, a Gallardo. These supercars, some of them actually hold their value or even appreciate very, very slowly, but to buy something brand new, that is just stupid. Unless you're speccing out a hypercar from A to Z, you're gonna lose your shirt on that thing. So please, for the love of all that is financially sound, buy used. And I'm not saying buy a freaking junker, buy something nice, something reliable, something that you're confident getting into every day, and that looks semi-decent. There are so many options out there. Acura, Volkswagen, they have great cars. You don't need to go for a beat-up 1998 Civic, just because I said bore used. Understand the nuance, people. Understand the nuance. Number 3. And this one might be a bit controversial. Maybe it is, just because I truly don't care for it, or believe in it. Is anything designer, or anything that makes you look rich? Fancy wallets, fancy belts, expensive sunglasses. When I see kids spending half their paycheck on a Louis Vuitton belt, I just cringe inside, like a physical cringe. It is not even about investing that money. Like, I'm all for blowing money, but I'd rather you put that money towards a lifetime vacation. I'd rather you drain every single dollar in your bank account for a trip to Europe, or Asia, or wherever your heart desires, than some stupid-ass belt, or wallet, or a t-shirt. It just makes no sense to me. Now, if your investments are crushing it, if your net worth is astronomical, and you can comfortably afford all that designer nonsense, then by all means, go ahead, blow it on a rainbow. Flagged purse if you want, I don't care. But if you're living paycheck to paycheck and you're spending money on designer stuff just to impress other people, dude, that is worse than gambling. In my humble opinion, what are you even doing? It is more of a mental self-esteem thing. Unfortunately, I've seen it with friends of friends. They think designer clothes are going to make them look a certain way, when in reality, nobody with real money actually cares about designer brands. I promise you that. Yeah, you'll see the flexers. The guys who make a couple $1,000,000 a year, decked out in Gucci from head to toe, but the truly wealthy, the multi-8-figure earners. They're often in Amazon Essentials, Amazon Basics. No joke. I'm serious. You don't need to care that much. You can buy nice stuff, quality pieces that last, but designer in general is a very, very stupid thing to do, and it is not going to get you anywhere. It is not as important as people make it out to be. Trust me on this. Number 4. And this is a subtle but insidious one. I was originally going to say, but I actually love eating out. I think it is an experience, especially with close friends, your partner, family, trying new places, new cuisines, new steakhouses, cafes. That is valuable. That is living. But number 4, it is alcohol. Alcohol is almost always a scam, especially when you buy it at a bar or a restaurant. Seriously, pre-game at your apartment, pre-game at home. Just buy your alcohol somewhere else, anywhere else. But a bar or a restaurant, the amount of money, especially here in Canada, that I see being charged for bottles. For a single drink, it is ridiculous. It is embarrassing. People are spending $400 or $500 a month on alcohol. I look at their profit and loss statements. I see how much they're blowing on this stuff. And it is just bad. Stay away from it. If you need a drink once in a while, get a nice bottle of wine from the store. Enjoy it at home. Don't buy it at a restaurant. I've almost never done it, maybe twice in my entire life. I'm not kidding. I bought an espresso martini once, and a Corona many years ago. That was it. I just don't care for that stuff. If I'm going to drink alcohol, I'll do it at home. It is just a waste of money otherwise. And alcohol in general is just poison anyway, but that is a whole other video. Just avoid it. Number 5, and this one should be obvious, but apparently it is not, is credit card debt and all that. Bowie now, pay later nonsense. Oh, there are no fees. There is no interest. Just 18 easy payments. Yeah, that is what keeps you trapped. That is the illusion. I don't know about you, but I even hate signing long-term contracts for anything, because I don't like that mental load, that feeling of being stuck. What if I want to cancel? Doesn't matter. You'll pay a cancellation fee, and you're still on the hook for the contract length. Debt in general is horrible, so get your credit cards paid off as soon as humanly possible. If you do not have the money in your checking account, in your main savings account, to pay for something, then do not purchase it. It is that simple. I can't believe this has to be said, but you cannot spend money that is not yours. That is the scary thing about credit cards. They can be an asset, I believe that, with points, with building your credit history, your score, all that stuff, if you leverage them properly. But most people don't. So listen to me, do not spend money on stupid things and then not know how to pay it back, or just can't pay it back at all, period. This one's short and sweet, I hope it goes without saying, but seriously, pay off your credit cards. Now, certain other types of debt, like a loan from a friend or student loans, that is a different conversation. I've talked about that before, but any high-interest loans, you are absolutely sabotaging your future gains. Your future investments pay that shit off immediately. Okay, no excuses. Number 6. And I kind of already hinted at it, is impulse shopping for no good reason. Look, I'm a little bit of an impulse shopper once in a while. I'll admit it, but I always have a reason for it. It is a trip coming up and I need something right away, or it is a gift I want to buy for someone special. That is different. But just dropping $500, $1,000 on clothes for no apparent reason, just because, that is stupid. I don't think it is valuable for anyone. This goes for subscriptions you don't use, random stuff you buy online because you're bored, even eating fast food for lunch every single day. Dude, you have better places to spend your money, so stop doing that. Downloading your CSV bank statements every single month and really flushing this thing out. Are you in the green at the end of every month? And if you're not, impulse shopping is usually the culprit that creeps up on people. Oh, it is easy to spend money on yourself. It is easy to say, I had a bad day. Let's do some retail therapy. It is horrible, dude. You need to stop. This is obviously more for women, that part, but men can definitely struggle with this too. I've seen it firsthand. And finally, number 7. This one pretty much sums everything up, and that is upgrading everything. When a new phone comes out, when a new car model is released, when a new laptop hits the market, you do not need the newest, sexiest, freshest thing. You actually need the opposite. This is a much deeper point, and I want you to really think about this. This is lifestyle creep in general. You cannot let lifestyle creep eat away at your gains, at your hard-earned money, at your net worth. Stop. The big thing here is stop feeling like you deserve more stuff. Do you deserve to be a consumer and fall into the consumerism trap just because you got a raise or just because your business started to take off? Why do you think that gives you the right to start spending more money on yourself? If anything, you should be investing in yourself, right? This could be coaching, this could be mentorship, this could be a nice gym membership, this could be certain pieces of clothing that are actual investments, or taking care of other people, employees, whatever. That is different. But this is just dumb stuff. You do not deserve to just go blow all your money on dumb stuff, just because you made a little extra or you tasted some money, please. I've made a little bit of that mistake before, and it is very easy to fall into that trap, but you need to keep your burn as low as possible. That is all these 7 things are focused on, keeping your monthly expenses as low as humanly possible. That is it. That is this whole video in a nutshell. If I could sum this video up in 30 seconds, that is what it is. Keep your expenses low. Invest the rest and stay patient. But anyway, I won't drag this out longer than it needs to be. I hope you enjoyed this dose of brutal honesty. As always, if you made it this far, I genuinely want to see you win. I want to see you crushing it, building that financial freedom, and I'm looking forward to talking to you all in the comments. Keep crushing it. Stay boring. Stay patient. Peace.